Hey, everybody, here we are, ready to finish off the last reveal for this week. 1955 Philadelphia tubed roll. Had this roll for a long time, have no idea what's inside of it, never looked inside. So, if Cameron's Collectibles is here, hello, how you doing? Gonna go ahead and start punching things here. The tape cut on this roll. There we go. And there we go. Look like relatively nice clean coins. Let me take a look here real quick. Yeah, decent shape for 55s. And there's Sean Jerome, Yeoman Gold Farm Dog, James Worley, Tim Morrell, Stonecutter, Thomas. Hello, folks. So here we are. Last roll of the week. And coin number 1 will go to Wanda. Coin number 1 to Wanda. Let's see what Wanda gets. And back it out just a little bit more. All right. See what we have here. We are always in the hunt for those elusive double die obverses, especially the big king of double die obverses, but I'm also talking about that DDO number 2 and the much lesser known Class 6 DDO number 3. And nothing on this obverse. Let me flip it over and take a look at the reverse. We do have one double die reverse that we are after, plus anything else that we might be able to push out of Discovery Land. We do have, and it's a decent coin. Nothing more than that. And that kicks us off. Coin number 1 going to Wanda. Had nothing on it. Now, we don't generally ever expect much of anything out of 1955 Philadelphia. It's just a matter of you can't resist when you get a roll that you haven't been through before. You can't resist the possibility there could be something in it that's really good. This is a roll I picked up from a dealer friend in Florida about 6 years ago. I've just never been through it. I picked up stuff like this just to set it aside, and this one was set aside. I don't know the history of this roll, except that the history of the roll with me is it has sat in the same place, basically, in the same box, since I bought the roll. Roll hunting pennies and quarters along with me. I see. Now we go to coin number 3 goes to Andrew Forbes. Well, let's see what he gets here. Well, it looks like this one's a little bit earlier die state. Got a decent mid die state coin going on here. They are a little more difficult to find in these earlier die states than they are in that really lazy, drooping die state. I did not fix this between presentations, and it's going to tick me off by the time I get done. I've got this little, what would you call it? Lip. The base of the microscope, how you've got that plate on the base of a microscope. And that plate is there to, I don't know, I guess should be a light underneath and a plate that allows you to turn the light on underneath and see through. But I don't ever use any of that stuff because I do coins. And I have the little plastic plate on there that kind of covers up the hole. But the level of that plastic plate is 1/4 of a millimeter below the level of the base of the microscope. So when I slide my little square on there with my coin so that I could look at the coins, it catches on the edge of that thing. Catches just enough to really cause an issue. Well, we can probably make it through this roll pretty quickly because there is not... There's either going to be a lot of really great stuff and a lot of excitement and everybody's going to be jumping up and down, or it's going to be pretty much a complete dud. That's the way 1955 goes every single time. About 1 out of every 25, 30 rolls, you're going to find something really good, and then the rest are going to be pretty much duds. Sometimes it depends on what you're looking for. I mean, sometimes you'll find some nice die chips and die cracks and other things like that. Or these poor man doubles, like this. You'll find those on 1955 rolls quite frequently. But to find the big hefty double dies and stuff is, well, it's not going to be common. Let's see what we have over here. A little bit of a spotty coin this time around, a very late die state as well. That's coin number 5 for Thomas Thomas. Now coin number 6. Coin number 6 is going to go to Carrie Walton. Carrie's coin number 6 is this one right here. A bunch of cracks through the head. Same as the first coin we pulled out of the roll. And nothing here of great note that I can see. Nope. So we'll just move on to the next coin. Coin number 7. Coin number 7 goes to Wanda Williams. Is Wanda here? Wanda doesn't show. I don't see her here. So let's just go ahead and take a look at her coin anyway. This one's a later die state version. This one has that... Oh, she is here. Hello, Wanda. This one has that ghost doubling on the outside of the last 5 of the date. And it looks like it's otherwise going to be a pretty normal coin. Hello, Wade. No, we haven't found anything yet. This is 1955. 1955 is either a highly exciting pull or it's basically nothing. It's one of those all or none years. And so far it's been a none. And now to coin number 8. Coin number 8. Another very late die state coin. Same die that we've seen before. There's going to be a die crack just below the shoulder. Right there. Seen this die a few times over. Die crack running up the T of cent. Okay, let's see if we can get into some new blood. New coins. Let's see if we can do something with Majestic's coin here. Nope. Not the same die, but similar. Hello, Jeff Dunn. Okay, that's Majestic's coin. And number 10. Number 10, Mike Birchman. There's some nice luster on these coins. This is another one of the same die again. You got the 3 basically parallel horizontal die scratches up inside the head area. Die cracks up inside the head area. That doesn't show up very often. Nothing like that does. And then when you've got that die crack in the shoulder right there that goes all the way to the rim, it's the same thing over and over again. So that tells you you've got the same die working over and over again. That does help us determine that this is an original roll. Original rolls generally come out of a bag, and a bag comes off the press full of coins. $50 bag, 5,000 coins. Typically comes off the press with between 7 and 12 different die pairs in it. So the rolls are going to have between 7 and 12 different die pairs usually. But the important part is that those die pairs are repeatable within the roll. You've got die pairs that are repeatable within a roll. You don't have any end-toned coins in the middle of the roll. You've probably got an original roll. So here's another one. Another one of those. This one's going to have the die crack going all the way to the rim, right there. Then on the reverse, it's going to have a die crack running down the T on the right-hand side. There it is. So we've got the same die working again. There's die crack on both sides of the upright of the C. So you've got it almost outlining the C. All right, and that's a Paul Hampton coin there. Oops. Bounced off into my lap. It is a nice coin. These coins are in pretty good shape. And for 1955, I take a lot of credit for that. That's a good thing. Midnight Silver Run. 1955 can often come very spotty. Very difficult to swallow. This one's a little bit spotty. Not real bad, but it's a little bit spotty. It's not the same die that we've been looking at. This one only has 2 die cracks on the head. And it does not appear to have a die crack running to the rim on the shoulder, but it does have one running across the shoulder. So that's yet another die that happens to not be a double die. I've only found one of the double die reverse ever. I found it. It was a circulated coin, no less. I just happened to be looking through a book of coins and found it. It was at a coin show in Springfield, Missouri in April of 2005. I don't know how I remember these things, but I do. It was the third weekend of April, 2005. I've still got the coin somewhere around here. It's a 1955 Lincoln cent, and the reverse is a nice, strong Class 6 double die. Never seen another example of it since. This is another one of those that's going to have the die scratch running all the way to the rim from the shoulder. Right there. And should have the die crack running down the T and another die crack running on either side of the C. And it has that. And that was for Yo Man. Let's take a look at coin number 14. Coin number 14 for Wade Reynolds. Wade, here you go, buddy. This one's yours. Let's see if there's anything on it. It's another one of the same thing again. So this particular roll likes to repeat that die over and over again, but we do know it's an original roll because of the repetition of dies. Hello, Shantanu Singh. Don't see anything new I haven't seen before on the reverse, so we're going to move on to the next coin. And coin number 15, Mike Birchman now. And coin number 15 is not the same thing. This is a different one. Oh no, it's got a big spot. The 47D roll found a few examples, probably 10 or 12 RPMs. Nothing earth-shattering or huge. Some decent ones. Nothing going on there. So let's take a look at coin number 16 now. Kelly Ray. Kelly Ray's coin number 16 here. This is another one of the ones that has a die crack running all the way to the rim under the shoulder right there. And then it's going to have the die crack on the T on the reverse. So we're just going to call this our cracky die. Crikey, it's a cracky die. Sometimes I name these dies. This one's name could be Fred. So here's Bill Crussen's coin. Is it a Fred? It is not a Fred. This one is a different die. Not a doubled die. This one's different altogether. Haven't seen one like this before in this roll. I don't see any doubling on the reverse. Oh, we put that one away and move on to the next coin. Next coin, Steel Horses, coin number 18. And what is... This is also not a Fred. Isn't that right, Steel Horses? You got here just in time to see your first coin roll off the press. And it looks like it's going to be another coin that we have got to put into the pile of normal. Everything here so far has been a normal coin. We have not run into a die variety yet in this roll. Don't necessarily expect to run into anything in 1955, but it's always very nice when we do. This one's for Wanda. Wanda coin number 19. And this one also is not a Fred. But still yet, we don't have any die variety on this particular one. Let's take a look at the reverse and see if there's anything on the reverse. Nothing we haven't seen already. This is late die state. State and stage are two different things. Late die state means that the die has minted a lot of coins. A late die stage would be a particular marker on a particular die that tells you that you have a later die stage. Now, stage and state are different in the sense that stage changes as the markers change on the coin. And then state changes as the die wears out and gains flow lines. So you can have a die that has 14 stages and never enters late die state. You can also have a die that only has 3 die stages and went into late to very late die state. Every time you name a particular marker on a die, you change the stage. So stage A could be a very early die state coin with no markers. Stage B could be an early die state coin with a die crack. Stage C would be an early die state coin with a longer die crack. And so on and so on. You're counting markers, you're progressing markers using stages. Stage A, B, C, D, E, F, like that. And when we're talking about die state, State being state like our 50 states. A die state, this one's a Fred right here. It's a Fred. It's got the 3 scratches on the head, or the 3 cracks on the head. Hello, John. No, this one's a Fred. We might run into a Wilma here later on. We'll just call it a Wilma. But this one's definitely a Fred. Now, this one is late die state. We don't know how many stages there were recorded up to this point. But we do know it's late die state because of the die wear exhibited on the coin. Therein lies your difference. Oh, you were referring to yours? Well, let's see. Paul Hampton's coin may be different from Fred. And if it is, we'll call it a Wanda. Not a Wanda. We'll call it a Wilma. We'll get it started with a Wilma. Let's see here. Yes, EDS is die state. It's early die state. This one's another Fred. Hello, CVS. So every one of the little marks, like that die crack right there running down the shoulder, starts from below the Y, it goes all the way down the shoulder to the rim. That would be one of the markers that you would use in determining a new die stage. There's another crack that runs down the high point of the lapel. That's another die stage marker. Another die stage marker are these die cracks running across the head. But die stage can change independently from die state. Now, to some extent, they are related, simply because markers develop on the die as the die is used, as does age. So age develops on the die as the die is used. So the more markers you have on your die, more likely the later the die state is. But that's not necessarily always true. Come up with a number of stage markers and still have a mid-die state coin. Another thing is, there is always the possibility of having changed sides of the die. So say that this Fred coin right here, we followed this along through a whole bag, and we've noticed that we have a similar marker on the reverse of nearly all the coins. But then we start pulling coins out that have an early die state reverse. Well, it probably means that as the die aged, the reverse die would be changed. If the reverse die was changed, then you would have an early die state reverse die on a very late stage example of that die, or of that die pairing. So there's another good reason why we continually separate the idea of die stages with die state. They are very different from one another, and they describe different things. And another Fred. Looking around to see if we can find anything better than what Fred provides, because Fred seems to just provide us an education about late die state dies without giving us anything of any real value, premium anyway. Good little conversation pieces when you get these and you find your 3 die cracks running across the head. You can say, well, I got a Fred coin. And let's see what this one is. That's not a Fred. This is different from Fred. We're going to call this one Wilma. We're going to call this one right here Wilma. Wilma has basically a crescent-shaped doubled die crack running right through the middle of the head. And then we have a double die on this one as well. This one's going to be probably the first of its kind known to date. We have a doubled eyelid. You can see that eyelid right there. So there we go. I don't know if there's anything like this listed already, but this one's definitely going to go into the books. Yes, that crack has showed up before, so we need to go back through and see if we can find more examples of this particular die, because this one's going to be a nice one. It's 1955 doubled die. You don't see those very often now, do you? All right. Who gets this one? Party Pickle gets this one. Party Pickle's not even around to take a bow. You guys want to go back through the rest of the roll now and see if we can find any more of these, or do you want me to do that at the end of the show? This is exactly halfway through the roll, so we're halfway through the roll now. Okay, take a mental image of this set of die cracks right here. We're going to go back. We're going to take a look at the remaining coins at the end. Come back looking for that particular die crack, because we will know. Let's flip this over to the reverse and see if there's anything on the reverse. That's one thing that I want to keep you guys out of, is the habit of only looking at one side. When you find something on that one side, you want to make sure you flip the coin over and take a look at the other side. Look at all the die cracks back here. Yeah, just a whole bunch, a whole plethora of die cracks. Very late die state. Die was about to shatter, looks like. Okay, this is our double die for the roll. That's a very exciting thing, actually, because double die is 1955, especially finding new ones. I don't know if there's an I listed yet, but if there isn't, this would be a new one. Okay, this one's for Yo Man. Now we got something exciting to be looking for. There's another one. Right there, definitely a double die lid. Definitely a double die lid. This one's for Yo Man. There's a couple listed. Okay. See if any of them have these marks on the head. Farm Dog. I appreciate it. Okay. I'm going to take this one, flip it over, take a look at the reverse. It's probably going to have a whole bunch of little die cracks everywhere. Yep. Same die pair. Okay, so no, we don't have the same die crack markers on the head. That could be that the ones that are listed are an earlier die state, or it could be that this is a new die. Oh, there we go. Let's take a look at coin number 27. See what happened on 27. This one's for Wanda. Luck to you, Wanda. Let's see what we run into here. Now we have a later die state die. And this one is a Fred. You got yourself a Fred. It just happened to be that we gave the male name to the one that has no premium value, and a female name to one that does. Women always seem to be able to sneak their way into being worth more. Okay, got nothing special on this one. This one is for Wanda. And let's see, here's coin number 28 for Silver Nitrate. Yeah, I think this one's another Fred. This one is another Fred. A little bit spotty on that one. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at the other side. See if anything happened to the other side that we need to be talking about. I don't see anything here. All right. Put Silver Nitrate's coin away and move on to the next one. Coin number 29 now. Wade Reynolds. Let's take a look at coin number 29, see what happened on coin number 29. This is not Fred or Wilma. This is Barney. Barney coin has die crack running through the back of the head, but nothing on the forehead. Barney has no die crack on the shoulder that we can see. But Barney does have some very old die scratches running down the front of the bust, out in front of the bow tie. So this is Barney. And let's see what Barney has on his backside. Ladies, close your eyes, please. And Barney is just plain on the back. So there's Barney. Here's coin number 30, Bill Cresson. Let's see what Bill Cresson's coin is. So far, only the ladies are valuable. Is this a Wilma? It is a Wilma. There we go. So we have another Wilma. Nice little double die for Bill, Mr. Cresson. All of our die cracks on the reverse that we've been looking for to be sure that we have a Wanda. I mean, not a Wanda, a Wilma. Why am I calling it Wanda? Wanda, Wilma, Wendy. It's Wilma. Next one goes to Kelly Ray. Let's see what Kelly Ray gets. And Kelly Ray. Nope. It's not a Wilma. It's not a Fred either. It's not a Barney either. This one has to be a Betty. You Wanda? Betty has a die crack running through the forehead to above the top of the ear. She's not a double die on the obverse. And I gave her a female name because I was cheating. I already knew that she didn't really have much going on the obverse. So Betty's not very loaded in the front. And in the back, no. Majestic Sounds of Coins asked Chuck for this second roll of 1955. This is the second roll of 1955. I'm not exactly sure what you're asking. No junk in the trunk, Wanda. Sorry. That's just Betty. Betty was a really small lady. Here's another one for Wanda. Wanda. Wanda, what did you get? Ooh, this one's going to be a Fred. There we go. Wanda gets a Fred. So that's another thing with the boy name coins. They just keep coming back. No matter what you do, you can't get rid of them. Jeff Dunn, to answer the question, I believe I'm going to answer the question. It is the second 1955 roll. Party Pickle, yes, I did. And you got the first known example of a double die for this roll. We're naming the dies with names, Flintstone names. We have one called Wilma. Have one called Wilma. This one must be Dino. The one named Wilma is a double die obverse, has a double die lid. 2 out of your 3 are Freds. Yeah. And this one is Dino. Dino doesn't really have a whole lot going on for him, because Dino's a dinosaur. So there you have it. Here's Party Pickle. Again, does he get a Wanda? Stick around, Party Pickle. You're going to get to see a Wanda eventually. When you do see a Wanda, you're going to like her. This one's a Betty. This one's a Betty. She didn't really have a whole lot going on for her. Haven't run into Bam Bam yet. So Betty bought some butter for her batter, but the butter Betty bought was bitter, so Betty bought some better butter for her batter, and her better butter was good. Yeah. The difference between Wanda, Betty, and Bam Bam, die cracks. Party Pickle, die cracks. Catch up, buddy. I'm playing with you, you know that. Here's one for Majestic. Let's see what Majestic gets. And this one could be a Wilma. Is it a Wilma? It's not a Wilma. This one is Bam Bam. Bam Bam doesn't have any die cracks on the head. Maybe a little one on the forehead. Right on the forehead, right above the brow. So here's Bam Bam. Bam Bam should have been the one with the most cracks. Bam Bam, Bam Bam. Ooh, Bam Bam almost has no die lines left, no wheat lines, which is a very late die state. Have I done the reveal on the first 55p roll? Yes, I did. I did that yesterday or the day before. I think it was yesterday. None of the coins came out having die varieties on them, although there were some nice die cracks. But the best thing about that roll is that most of the coins were early to mid die state. That is something to talk about when it comes to... Come on, light. That's something to talk about when it comes to coins like this. Is another Bam Bam here. Because 1955 is not very well known for having early die state coins. So if you can get anything that's got really nice, crisp, sharp design, those are good coins to begin with. I had always thought that the next direction, or an eventual direction, that the slabbing services will go in, because they've almost raped us of all the money that we've got in every direction they could possibly take us for so far. This is their one leading avenue toward more money, if they should decide to do it, and that is to start grading coins by including their die state. Early die state coins worth more money, later die state coins worth less money. Early die state coins, this is another Fred right here. Early die state coins are going to comprise 2 to 4% of the overall production of any given die that ran a full die life. Mid die state's another 10 to 15%, then late and very late die state are all the remainders, which is going to be about 80%. 80 to 90%. So that tells you that for any die that ran a full life, 80 to 90% of them are going to be late die state or very late die state. Well, that was nothing could be possibly truer with the 1955 dies. They were just used way beyond their useful life. Here's another one. This looks like another Fred. It is another Fred. Fred has 3 big die cracks on the head, Party Pickle. That's Fred right there. Fred also has a die crack running down from the shoulder to the rim, right there. Yeah, Bill, we have found some doubled eyelids. They're pretty nice doubled eyelids, especially for a 1955. This one could be a new listing altogether. You'll have to do some research in on that, but I do believe that these are going to be pretty nice premium coins. And when we get done with the remainder of the roll, we're going to go back through the first 24 coins to see if we can run into any more of them that were missed prior to. having found coin number 25, which was Party Pickle's coin and the very first coin that we found with that particular mark on it. This one is a Fred again. It's another Fred. Everybody who gets one of these Fred coins can always label it Fred and tell your friends and family that you've got a Fred coin. Show them your Fred coin and tell them how we know it's a Fred. That's coin number 39. Now for coin number 40 to Wanda again. Back to Wanda. Her last coin in the roll, I do believe. And no, wait a minute. You got more than you got a number of coins in this roll because there were extras toward the end. I remember that now. This is another Fred. Well, you're going to have a tub full of Freds. I'll tell you that for sure. What name designation was your first coin? I don't know. I mean, I do know that when we found your first double die, we called that one Wanda before we called it Wilma before we even knew that Wilma had a double die. The double die came along after we named her Wilma. So here's Wanda's next coin. Let's take a look at the next one. Gonna have number 41. 41 goes to Hawkeye. And Hawkeye will get... this one's not a Fred. This one's not a Wilma. This one's not a Bam Bam. It's not... This one must be Pebbles. This one has a little die gouge right there coming out of the brow and the forehead. So that's going to be Pebbles. We don't see very many Pebbles coins in this roll, I don't think. That's right. Barney went exit stage left. No, that was a different cartoon. Heavens to Murgatroyds. All right. We got Pebbles here. Now let's take a look at coin number 42. 42 for silver nitrate. Come on, Wilma. Come back and see us. We enjoy Wilma. Lots of Wilma here. Maybe? No. This one is Betty. This one might be Barney. I think it's Barney. No, Barney didn't have anything in his head. That's right. This one's Betty. Oh, Betty Barney. Still named Rubble. Exit stage left. My wife and I were talking about the stuff that we watched on Saturday mornings when we were little kids growing up. Of course, I'm older than most of you, I think. But we had, you remember Shazam and ISIS? Here's Far North for you. Let's see what Far North gets. Well, it has a chance of being a Wilma. Is it a Wilma? It is not a Wilma. This one is the Barney. This is the Barney. Snaggletooth. I remember Snaggletooth. But I asked my wife if I said something about the Bugaloos. She said, what are you talking about? I said, the Bugaloos. You remember from Saturday morning when we were little kids. No. She didn't know anything about it. I said, the Bugaloos? You don't remember the Bugaloos? I remember the Bugaloos. The Bugaloos were, well, basically A very boring show, but we watched it nonetheless because it was on TV, and it was color moving pictures, and that's all we cared about. Didn't have to be any good. Hello, Roadrunner Coins. Let's take a look at coin number 44 now. Let's hope for a Wilma. Hope for a Wilma. Anybody? Give me a hope for a Wilma. And what are we gonna? We're gonna get a Fred. And this one's a Fred Flintstone here. Yep. Got the 3 big scratches on the head. It's gonna have the big die crack coming up from the rim through the shoulder. Right there. So yeah, we had the Bugaloos, HR Puffin stuff. That scared the bejesus out of me. That witch really scared me. I was 4 or 5 years old. She wasn't supposed to scare you, but boy, she really scared me. She put me in my place. It wouldn't take much for her to get me to eat mashed potatoes back in those days. Of course, I'd be bawling the whole time I was eating my mashed potatoes, but I'd sure try it. Mr. Walters, this will be his first coin with us. Mr. Walters I have known for a number of years now. Mr. Walters has just caught up to the fact that we are on YouTube. I hope he gets a Wilma. He did not get a Wilma. He got a... I think this one is a Bam Bam. Majestic, yes. We have found a pretty nice doubled eyelid that we've been pulling in multiple out of this roll. We have 3 or 4 of them so far, but I didn't discover it until coin number 25. So we're going to go back through coins numbered 1 through 24 to see if we can come up with any more of these. We're almost done with the roll, and we're going to go back through that first half of the roll here very soon. Coin number 46 now for Wanda. Coin number 46 for Wanda. What do we get? It's another Fred, Wanda. It's another Fred. Fred with the 3 big die cracks running through the head. Wilma! And let's take a look at the reverse and see what's on the reverse. Come on, light. Camera needs to behave. Behave. All right, now coin number 47 goes to Wade Reynolds. Coin number 47 is another Fred. It's another Fred. This Fred is in pretty nice condition. Nice Fred. If I had to photograph a Fred, that would probably be the one I'd want to photograph. She was actually a backwards J shape to the die crack coming off the bottom of the T. You can actually see it pours off the bottom of the T and goes to the right. I've noticed that. I just haven't really said anything about it yet. There, a die crack on either side of the C. I'm always in bedrock. Flintstones. No, I can't do that, because if I do, it'll get pulled for copyright. I didn't do that. I said the Fred Stones. Fred Stones are better than Wilma Stones. This is a Fred right here. But Fred coins are not as good as Wilma coins. Roll's been good so far, Time Traveler's Coin Exchange. We're going to be going back through the roll. We're going to be going back through the first half of the roll anyway to see if there are any straggler doubled eyelids, because we found a doubled eyelid with coin number 25. Given that we didn't find it until coin number 25, I have some sneaking suspicion that I could possibly have missed one earlier in the roll, so we're going to go back there and take a look. A silver nitrate here. Silver Nitrates coin is another Fred. Fred. Lots of Fred in this roll. It'd be nice if there was a lot of Wilma in this roll. Well, hello, 710 is oil upside down. That's coin number 49. Now the last coin in the roll card for coin number 50 is for Far North. Let's see what Far North comes out with. And it's a Fred. Another Fred coin. So that's it for the roll. Everybody got relatively decent coins. Everybody got a character attached to their coin. But the ones who got Wanda, not Wanda, Wilma. Wanda, do you want to be the double die? I think Wanda wants to be a double die in her next lifetime, so we're going to call it Wanda. Tim Morrell. What we were doing, we were putting people into the second roll that were not in the first, or that were not a part of the first roll. So that's why some people probably didn't make it into both rolls for that reason. Tim probably made it into the first roll, but not this one. Okay, we're going back through all of these coins. This is coin number 1. I'm going to go ahead and focus it up a little bit better so that we can see everything and all the details. Not on coin number 1. So coin number 1, not on coin number 1. Let's see coin number 2. No, coin number 2 is a Fred. Yep, coin number 2 is a Fred. Coin number 3 now. Not a Wilma. I'll have to take a look and see if those scratches are there. I don't know right now. I'm going to give it probably about a 10% chance that we missed one because it was a pretty nice doubled eyelid. Thinking that we could have missed one is a... Well, it's a hit on my ego, folks. We can't be missing coins. That's what my job is. Yeah. But for your sake, I hope I missed a few of them. That's a Fred again. Here's another Wanda coin. Let's see if Wanda got one. No. Not a Wilma. And Paul Hampton. Another Fred. Coin number 9 now. Coin number 9, number 99. Ooh. No, this is a Betty. Not the Wilma, that's a Betty. That's a Fred. I'm crazy, I tell you. I'm flat out crazy. I'm committable. This is another Fred. I'm giving names to dice. Cartoon character names, nonetheless. Or what would sound surprisingly similar to cartoon characters. But they're actually not. Because, whoa, that might be infringement. Alright, let's see. Coin number 13 goes to Yo Man. It's a Fred. Number 13 is a Fred. Wade Reynolds coin, number 14. Let's see what it is. Wade Reynolds coin number 14 is also a Fred. Mike Birchman's coin number 15. Hey, we have a Wilma. There's a Wilma. She is a double die. So we have a double die lid. And this one is for Mike Birchman. He's not here to say yay, so we can say yay for him. Hello, Cajun. So we did find us another Wilma in the roll. That's a number 15. So my ego is completely shot now. But that's okay. You guys got another good coin. This is a Fred. That's coin number 15. Number 16, I'm sorry. Coin number 16 is a Fred. Coin number 17 for Bill Crusson. This is a weird one. This isn't anybody. We haven't picked a character for this one yet. Did they have a cat? How about, what was that, Mr. Slate? Was that the name of the boss? We can call this one Mr. Slate. Steel Horses got coin number 18. Let's see what coin number 18 is. And number 18 is also a woman, I think. No, this is a Betty. This is a Betty Rebel. And now Wanda. No, we already had one that was Dino. Here's another Wanda coin. Is this one going to be another Fred? No, it's not a Fred, but it's also not a Wilma. I think this one was Barney. This one's either Barney or Dino. Now coin number 20. Coin number 20 is Thomas. Let's see if Thomas got one. Nope. That's the same as the die I just pulled. Now 21. 21 is Yo Man. Yo Man, what did you get here? That's another Fred. Got another Fred. Paul Hampton. What's this one? Another Fred. And that's coin number 22, now 23. That's another Fred, I believe. Yeah, that's another Fred. Got us another Fred, now 24. Now 24. Can a bit of 24 here. That's another Fred. And coin number 27. We started watching by this point in time, so we're not going to look through any more of this tonight. But this is another Fred. Okay, so here we go. I got all these irregular coins here. And then I've got these other regular coins here. A lot of these are Freds. Take care of your Freds, people. But then, for Wilma, who gets all the attention in this roll, we found a grand total of 4 coins right now. 4 coins. We've got coins numbered 15, 30, 26, and 25. And those go to Party Pickle, Yo Man, Bill Crusson, and Mike Birchman. Got 4 coins in here that do appear to be nice little double dice. We'll get these listed. Let's take one more good peek at it. Here's one more good peek at one of the double dies. This one's got a big spot on it, but you can still see the double die really well. Double die lid. And there it is. Which DDO number is yours? I don't know the die number, but the coin number for you was 25. It's 25. You're going to end up getting this coin later than you're going to get your other coins. Let me state this one more time just to be sure that everyone really understands. When I get finished with this, All of the normal coins are going to get put into an envelope and get shipped out to you. All the ones that are not normal coins that I need to take a better look at are going to go into a box. They're going to be held for review. I've got a Google sheet that I share with people that tells them which coins I have held for review. I hold these for review, and then if they are listed as a double die or a repunchment mark or whatever I said I thought they were when I went through the reveal the first time, I changed the entire flip insert for you so that it has the die number on it. Once I change it and it has the die number on it, then I fold it over and I send it to you with another package. You're usually going to get them separately. You're going to get these separately from these. And it's because these I don't need to do anything with and I can send them off now. But these, I need to do something with them. It could take me 2 weeks. I don't want to hang on to these while I'm working with these. I don't need these. These are yours now. These I need to work with. So when I send you coins on an invoice, I might be sending you 2 coins out of 3. You have to be cognizant of the idea that your third one could be one of these. And I'm not going to send it to you until I can get a proper die attribution, proper photographs, proper annotation on the website, get you a new flip insert, and get a package ready for you to send. And so I'm doing a good service to you, but I need your patience because it can take me a couple of weeks to get through those. That's all I got. Well, Party Pickle, I think I'm coming together with a particular way of handling things so that I can afford to do both, and it won't really make that big of a difference. We're considering the possibility of changing service in how we deal with the auctions and the reveals, and actually doing them in separate shows so they are not included as the same service. We're considering that, and I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work out yet. We've got to talk about it, figure it out, and then I'll get it out to you. But for the time being, this is it. We are done. We're done for the week with the reveals. I hope you guys have a great auction. I'm sorry, not auction. I hope you guys have a great election night. And if you're like me and would rather not pay attention to any of it, you're probably just going to be digging through rolls of coins or something, and I hope you find good things there. If you do care about it, I hope that you get everything you want out of election night. I appreciate it, folks. You guys have a great night, and I will see you on the flip side.